Okay, good. Um, to Vida. Okay, V's here. Hello, V. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. A bit nervous, but I think I'm ready.
All right, that's good. Okay, so let's start right away. So first of all, V, thank you for your time being here and chatting with me. I would love to know more about your profile. Can you tell me more about yourself?
Well, my full name is Tran but you can call me Annabeth. And I was born and raised in a small province in the south part of Vietnam. And I studied in a gifted class, which specialized in math. And my math passions is nurtured by my father, and he's also the person who has the most influence on my life. Although I am enjoy the math subjects, which is considered as a science subject. I think I'm also enjoy the creativity from watching movies, listening to music, and reading books. Mm, well, with I'm fond of working in a diverse environment, and I like the changing. I like to deal with the complex issues, so I choose business as my major.
Okay, interesting. Um, Tell me more about that. You love maths and sciences, and you're good at it. So, what brought you to business? What made you decide to go for a business major instead?
Well, I think that there are three main reasons that I chose business as the future career. Like the first reason is I first motivated by my sister. Who is working as an auditor for the Schindler's operations, and I think that when I look at the environment around her, I was really impressed by her professional working environment, and she can deal with many problems and communicate with many foreigners. So I like this environment. And secondly is the diverse job in this field. Like you know that business is an intersection of many fields such as the financials and the technology event. So there are many job opportunities when you have to be graduated. So I think that when I finish my college, I can have a good job. And the third reason is I find myself in that place. Some of my characteristics are suitable for this field, like I'm an ambitious person, persistent, and I'm also good at working with the figures.
Okay. You mentioned about your personalities. What do you think are the key qualities of a successful businesswoman, and do you have great foundation on that for that?
Well, I think that there are three key the personality that a successful businesswoman must have. They are confident, persistent, and the final is the the creative. And firstly is you have to be confident when you have to start your own business, and you have to compete in a very competitive environment like business. You must have to be self-confident at first, and then you have to be confident with your project, with your staff, and with your own company. And in these situations you have in this situation you you can be successful. And the second is the persistent. Like there are many challenges in this field, so mm, there are many successful companies, but they are also suffer the failures, and so we keep persistence is really a crucial part in this field as well. And the third reason is creativity, like to be outstanding in this field. The creativity is very important, and it makes you the more unique and the more outstanding company in the market.
Okay, good. Out of these three qualities, what do you think is your biggest strength?
Well, the drawbacks and my strengths.
Out of
To
yeah, out of the three qualities that you have just mentioned, independent, what creative, persistent, and what is the first one?
is confident.
Confident. Yes. Out of these three qualities, what do you think is your biggest strength?
Well, I think that uh, I am a persistent person. Like I'm very hardworking and I am an optimistic person too. So when I have any problems, I always choose the bright side to look at. And for example, when my school had competitions and my school understood about the rules, so we didn't have enough materials for these competitions, but I have assured the members in my team and also rearrange the materials that we have prepared at that time to ensure that each member of our team can complete the best product in that time. And I think that whenever I come up with a problem, I have find a way to solve that.
Okay, that's very good. Um, what is your plan in the 3 years? You know that Nanyang Business Schools only offer 3 years instead of 4 years, so that is a very short period of time. What is your plan during these 3 years? Have you planned it out?
Well, if I am admitted in be as an NTU student, I have a short plan like that. In the first year, I will be get used to the environment there and make more friends. As well, we also take part in some clubs at your school, and which is related to my major. I will take part in the accountancies and business club in NTU, and also I uh, I will balance the job, my studying with my outdoor activities. Then in the second years, I think I will join in some communities, uh, some outdoor activities to contribute my enthusiasm to the communities to have the underprivileged too. And also I will have a more inside thought about my main directions in the futures. In the third year, I think I have an internship to a company in your country, and I can study more about the business etiquette there. And also, at that time, I think I will learn more about gain more about the working experience and think about which company is suitable for myself in the after graduation.
Okay. Um, so, well, actually, first of all, actually, internship is compulsory for the second year, not just the third. But okay, and what is your? You mentioned about you want to then be more sure to find out more about your future directions. What would that be? Do you have some clues about what you want to do in your long-term future already?
Well, honestly, there are many fields to when it comes to business. So in the future, I really want to build my own company, but which I will which I will market which I will make a business about is not I quite make a decision yet, and I think at that time I have to study more about the market and the customer demand to give the right decision.
Mm-hmm. That's very enough. Okay, maybe can you tell me about a time when you mentioned you are a very persistent person, right? But tell me about a time when you were faced with a very challenging situation and you gave up.
Well, honestly, it was last year when my team had participated in competitions for young students to make an idea and completed it. And we had a big problem with the COVID pandemic. And at that time, we couldn't go out to interviews and couldn't. The communications between the members of my teams was really difficult. And as a leader, I had to make decision to keep up or to give up. And actually, in this and at that time, my story was too heavy to solve. After some decisions, I gave up these competitions.
Mm, okay, good. All right, that's all from me. V, do you have any questions for me?
Yes, sure. Uh, I have in reality some of the student in my major, some of Vietnamese student in business majors often do the other fields when after graduations. And how about this trend in Singapore?
You mean working in a different field?
Mm,
Yeah, that's quite normal. I mean, it depends on, university, it's just the foundation, right? And then you can, of course, you can choose, especially with business being such a generic foundation, you, of course, can choose to work in a different or even a very different field afterwards, but it shouldn't affect your future opportunities.
thank you.
Okay, that's great. Good. Thank you, Last